What happens when an applicant fails the U.S. citizenship interview? To get your U.S. citizenship, you must pass a U.S. citizenship test, which is made of two components: an English and civics test. The English test includes the ability to speak, read, and write basic English. For the spoken portion, your ability to speak and understand English will be determined by a USCIS officer during your citizenship interview. The immigration officer will ask you questions about your application and background to test your ability to speak and understand the basic English. Also, to make sure that you satisfy some requirements to become a U.S. citizen. For the reading portion, you must read aloud 1 out of 3 sentences correctly to demonstrate an ability to read in English. You will fail the reading test if you have too many long pauses when reading the sentences, or you skip many words in the sentences. You do not read the sentence at all, or you make pronunciation errors that change the meaning of the sentence. And the writing portion. You must write out 1 of 3 sentences correctly to demonstrate an ability to write in English. The writing test vocabulary list, check the link in the description, will help you study for the English writing portion of the naturalization test. You will fail this writing test if you write nothing, or the officer cannot read what you wrote, or you write a completely different sentence than what the officer read. Civics test part. To test your knowledge of American history and politics. The USCIS officer will ask you up to 10 random questions from the list of 100 civics test questions. You must answer 6 questions correctly to pass the civics test portion. If you answer the first 6 civics questions correctly, the officer will stop the civics test because you passed. The officer cannot ask you more than 10 questions. This means that if after 10 questions you have not answered 6 questions correctly, then you will not pass the civics test. At the end of your citizenship interview, the USCIS officer must give you a notice of results form N-652 that will tell you if you passed or failed, or your case is denied for some reason, as you have ever been charged with murder or an aggravated felony, or the continuous residence and/or physical presence requirement. Just in case if you fail the interview, what is going to happen? If you don't pass the English or the civics test on the day of your interview, you will be given 2 attempts to take the English and civics test and to answer all questions relating to your naturalization application in English. If you fail any of the tests at your first interview, you will be retested on the portion of the test that you failed, English or civics, between 60 and 90 days from the date of your first interview. For example, if you pass the speaking, reading, and writing test on your first interview, but you failed the civics test, at your second interview, you will only be tested on the civics test because that's what you failed the first time around. Another example. If you pass the speaking, reading, and civics test, but failed the writing test during the first interview, this means you will only retake the writing test during the second interview. But what happens if you fail again at the second interview? If at the second interview you failed the speaking, reading, writing, or civics test again, then your citizenship application will be denied. Again, denied. This is because you do not meet the educational requirements for naturalization. You will not be refunded your application fee. What you should do is to take time to study again. All the portions of the test, that means speaking, reading, writing, and civics. And when you are ready, apply again. Remember that you will need to fill out a new application again and send it to USCIS. Then you will go through the process of attending your biometric appointment and wait for your interview to be scheduled. So you need to be well prepared. We offer several videos on our channel to help you pass your citizenship test. Good luck on your U.S. citizenship test. Make sure you hit the subscribe button below and click on the bell and turn on notifications.